I'm here with Raj Amin, co-founder and executive chairman of Mana Health. Raj, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here.
So Raj, tell us about Mana Health. Is it like a Bloomberg terminal for your individual healthcare?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great comparison. I mean, the thing that Bloomberg did incredibly well was take a broad variety of information that's coming from a whole lot of different sources and make that clean and easy to understand for the people it was intended for. We're doing the same thing in healthcare at Mana Health. We're taking all the disparate sources of information that are coming from your doctors and caregivers, but also from the outside world, like your device trackers, putting that all together in one really clean, easy to use interface so that consumers can get to know their data.
But when you talk about this interface, it sounds like electronic healthcare records, and you've got that coming from companies like Epic, Athena Health. So how is your company and product different?
Yeah, so the electronic health record companies are really focused on the first phase, which was about digitizing the data. They're in the doctor's offices, they're acquiring the data from doctors. But really, they're not experts in consumer technology. So what we did was pull together a group of people that have backgrounds in consumer technology and consumer interfaces and pull that data out of the EHR and make that really easy to use for patients. And this follows with the guidelines that the government's going for, which are to incentivize patients to get involved with their health and understand their data.
So let's go through a quick example. So I'm Chitra, I log into your portal,
Yeah.
I see my information in terms of diabetes, cholesterol,
Exactly.
all the different doctors that I have. What does this really do for me? And then is there any intelligence behind this data in terms of analytics?
Yeah, so great question. I mean, right now we're focused on first just getting consumers to see their data, to understand it. There is clickable tiles that go along with the data, so we created a tile-based interface, so you can click any tile and you'll get content or trends that associate with that content. The next phase of what we're building is a whole series of analytics that can come back and tell you how do you compare to the rest of your population. So if I'm a guy, as I am, 41, Indian descent, I have high cholesterol, how do I compare to everyone else who looks like me? Because what I want to find out is, am I normal? That's sort of the ultimate consumer question. Am I normal? And then what can I do to actually change my future? And that's where the intelligence really plays a huge role.
But the underpinning of all of this is data, right? The healthcare
Exactly.
system, though, is fragmented. It's your healthcare is even siloed and disconnected.
Exactly.
So how do you actually get at the data?
Yeah, well, that's a big question. I mean, there's been billions of dollars spent today acquiring that data. So we've actually partnered in the state of New York with the New York eHealth Collaborative, which is a group that's made up of 200 hospitals in the state of New York, and they're taking on the heavy lifting of initially acquiring that data from the clinical side, and what we're doing is pulling in the data from the non-clinical side, so the devices and other kinds of trackers, and integrating that together into one interface. We can go directly into hospitals as well, but that's going to require standards that the industry adopts, and these big EHR players, frankly, standards is not kind of a big thing that they want to embrace right now. So, we're driving that charge with other parts of the government.
But when it comes to this data, though, right? Patients, healthcare providers, do they have concerns around data privacy, security?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this is something that's of utmost importance. Patients want to know that their data is protected, and so we're using a variety of different encryption techniques, including being HIPAA certified, of course. So security and privacy is #1 concern.
And how does your platform translate in terms of the mobile space? Because patients are on the go worldwide.
Yeah, so you've got to have your data accessible wherever you go. If you're in the emergency room or your child has an emergency in another part of the United States, you've got your phone with you most of the time, right? Everyone is tethered to their phone. So we've made the entire interface mobile friendly, so you can immediately log in through the website. It's all reskins it for mobile, so it's really easy to get to your data, and we think that's critical.
And one quickly I got to ask you, which is wearable tech, right? There's a growing wearable tech. You've got Fitbit, Google has launched a platform. How does that impact the healthcare system and your product?
Yeah, so we've designed our product from the beginning to know that there's going to be more and more data coming in from all these other sources. So if you're wearing a t-shirt that is a wearable t-shirt that has sensors built in that's detecting your heart rate and stress levels and other things, that data can transfer to either your phone or into the cloud, and we can take that data into our platform, because the correlations between wearable tech and the clinical data that exists is going to unlock a whole future of healthcare that really saves us at the end of the day.
Raj, thank you for joining us here at the NASDAQ.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Catherine, back to you.